What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the all-new Jackal Legacy with two separate layouts. Stay tuned after the intro. Alright, so the Jackal Legacy is Motiv's newest asymmetrical solid, and it's one of those balls where I was like, damn, you really went there, huh? The Jackal Legacy combines one of Motiv's greatest cores of all time with one of its newest, best, baddest cover stocks that we have made in quite some time. The Jackal Legacy features the wildly popular Predator V2 core, which in 15 pounds has an RG of 2.47, a max differential of 0.054, and an intermediate differential of 0.015. And this Jackal Legacy is the first Jackal that's available all the way down to 12 pounds. Previously, the Jackals were only available in 14, 15, and 16, but starting now with the Legacy, it's available all the way down to 12 pounds. Wrapped around that Predator V2 core is the super popular and amazing cover stock that is the Coercion MXC solid, which was previously found on the Forged Flare. And this combination makes for an amazing bowling ball. The Jackal Legacy has a release date of January 29th, 2021, and it is the way too early front runner for 2021 Ball of the Year. If you guys like this video, I would super appreciate if you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. If you like this jersey or any of the jerseys in any of my videos, you can head on over to logoinfusion.com, use my promo code Lewis, and that'll get you 20% off your entire order. And then down below in the description, I have links to everything that I used to make this video, from the camera to the balls and the chamois, everything in between. In this video, you're going to see two different Jackals being thrown. The first one is pinned down, which is drilled 45 by 4 3/8 by 65. And then you're going to see a pin up one that's drilled 45 by 4 3/4 by 20. And let me tell you, even between these two layouts, I'm seeing a ton of difference on the lane. Now, I haven't thrown the Jackal Legacy and the Forged Flare next to each other, but from what I'm seeing, I'm thinking that the Forged Flare is actually going to be a lot stronger up front. It seems to me like this Jackal Legacy wants to get through the front part of the lane a little bit easier than the Forged Flare did, and I'm seeing a lot more continuation down lane versus the Forged Flare. Let me know down below in the comments what you're thinking about this Jackal Legacy and if you're considering ordering yours on January 29th. I'm going to take you guys on the lanes now so you can see this on-lane review of the all-new Jackal Legacy with two separate layouts. Thank you guys for joining me for this first impressions review of the all-new Jackal Legacy. Now, as always, I'm going to show you every single shot that I threw in this session, the good shots and the bad. Especially now that I'm showing two separate layouts, it is super important to show you all the shots so that you can see the true differences between these two layouts. Now, my very first impression of this Jackal Legacy was that at first I thought it wasn't as strong as the Forged Flare, just because of how strong the Forged Flare is up front. Now, you're going to see a lot of comparisons between the Jackal Legacy and the Forged Flare because they share the same cover. Now, what I'm experiencing so far with this Jackal Legacy is that it wants to scoot through the fronts a little bit easier than the Forged Flare, but I'm seeing a lot more mid lane and a lot more down lane motion with both of these Legacies compared to the Forged Flare. Now, when comparing these two Jackal Legacies to each other, the pin up one flares a considerable amount more than the pin down one, so it's going to be a lot stronger up front, and then I'm noticing that it's a little bit more violent in the back part of the lane. The pin down one flares a little bit less and is significantly smoother than the pin up one, but I am seeing that it hooks. The total board's hook is more in the pin down one than on the pin up one for me. I think the big thing that I'm seeing out of this Jackal Legacy is that it took all the best parts from the Forged Flare, the Alpha Jackal, and the Jackal Ghost and combined them into this one ultimate asymmetrical solid bowling ball. I really like how strong it is up front, but it still wants to get through the front, and then it wants to produce a lot of shape down lane. A big issue that I have with the Forged Flare is that it's so strong up front, and then sometimes if there's too much friction, it won't see it down lane. And then very similar issue I have with the Alpha Jackal is that sometimes it's too much up front and nothing down lane. And then the Jackal Ghost tends to be a little bit too clean through the front, but it does have that nice down lane motion. The ball that resembles most to this Jackal Legacy is the Jackal Ghost, and that is an absolute good thing. The Jackal Ghost is one of our most popular balls of all time, and that's for a reason. That Jackal Ghost is good. So for me, this Jackal Legacy is like a beefed up version of the Jackal Ghost. It's a little bit stronger in the front part of the lane. It handles the middle part of the lane significantly better than the Jackal Ghost, while still retaining that really nice down lane motion that the Jackal Ghost was always very popular for. Now, before this review came out here on YouTube, I posted a couple videos on the Motiv Facebook page, shameless plug, and I had a couple people ask me if I thought if the Jackal Legacy was going to be one of those all-time bowling balls. Now, when it comes with these all-time bowling balls, is that in the moment, we don't know how good it's going to be in the future. When the Jackal Ghost came out, I didn't think it was going to end up being one of the best bowling balls that I've ever thrown, but over time, it has proven itself to be one of the GOATs of the Motiv line. Now, do I think that this Jackal Legacy is already a GOAT? Well, no, not yet. Do I think that it has all the makings to become one of the best balls that we've ever made? Honestly, I really do believe so. It's taken all the best parts of some of our best bowling balls and put them all together into one bowling ball. So absolutely, this ball has the chance to be one of our all-timers. It's just so hard to predict what bowling balls are going to be wildly popular, like the Venom Shock, like the Jackal Ghost. Now, I'm going to be honest when I say this, and I don't want that one hater to comment that I'm overselling or whatever he said. I really believe that this ball is a must-have in your bag. It is so versatile, and you guys know how much I love talking about versatility. The fact that the ball is this strong and wants to continue this much down lane, like, it blew my mind just how far left I had to get, and I still had to throw it away from the pocket. A lot of the times when I get into these big asymmetrical solids and I have to slide near the left gutter, I can't really open up my angles a ton. I typically have to keep them a little bit tighter to the pocket. And then this Jackal Legacy, with both layouts, I found myself throwing them significantly further away from the pocket than I typically do. This is one of those rare bowling balls that I would suggest to the high rev rate crowd as well as the low rev rate crowd. If your rev rate's a little bit lower, I would highly recommend drilling this ball with a stronger layout and maybe keeping a little bit more surface on it, like maybe 1000. And then if your rev rate's a little bit higher, you're going to love this ball with a little bit weaker of a layout and maybe a little bit less surface, like 3000 or 4000, so that you can get into the part of the lane where you like to play and see it get down lane and create a lot of shape. Let me know down below in the comments what balls you would like to see compared to this Jackal Legacy for future comparisons. I'm going to leave you guys here with this side-by-side comparison of the two Legacies with the lines. Until next time, guys, stay motivated. Well, there you have it, folks. There's my first impressions of the all-new Jackal Legacy. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this video, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time, guys.